Why make your customers stand in line waiting to be cashiered? With Speed Checkout powered by TextDrive, your customers can receive via text their invoice and pay their bill online in about 3 minutes. Chris can send to Carol her invoice and at the same time ask her if she'd like to pay online. Now, she doesn't have to, it's merely a request. Chris presses the invoice and payment option that corresponds to Carol's name, and a payment information window appears. Chris can change who will receive the invoice and payment request and send it via email. This is really great, like if you're sending an invoice to a parent rather than the person who dropped it off, which may be their child. Chris verifies all the information, presses the button, and the entire process begins with a request for payment being sent to Carol. Once Carol has completed the entire online payment process, a notice will appear on Chris's screen that will inform him the process is complete and to get Carol's car ready for pickup. There's a notice, and keep in mind, and don't forget, you do not have to change your merchant services provider to take advantage of Speed Checkout. Now let's take a look at Carol's side of this transaction. Now let's see what happens when Carol receives a request for payment and to receive her invoice. Now she just got it. It's a text message. She opens the invoice, as you're seeing her do right now, and after she does, there's a message, and the message contains a hyperlink and a PIN number. She presses the hyperlink, which she did, then she enters the PIN number. It's unique. Only one customer will ever have this unique PIN number. She enters the PIN number, and then the online payment window appears. You'll see it. There it is right there. She can pay at the dealership, she can get her invoice resent, or she can pay now. Now, she pressed pay now. She verifies her customer information. If she's got a credit card already in the system, she will do nothing more than enter that 3-digit code on the back. But in this case, she wants to enter a brand new credit card number. Carol enters that new credit card information and presses review and pay. She checks over to make sure that's the right amount and basically the right credit card. After she does, she's going to get a message from TextDrive thanking her for her payment. Simultaneously, as we said earlier, the dealership now knows that Carol was paid. She can show up and doesn't have to stand in line to be cashiered, have her keys ready, and she's ready to rock. TextDrive Speed Check allows dealership-assigned employees to cashier any customer who may present a credit card for payment. Matt, a service advisor at Chicago Cars, is going to cashier a customer named Mark Meehan. Matt presses In-Store Pay and is instructed to swipe now. Matt's going to press the blue Swipe Now button, and after he does, a new dialog window will open and it will instruct him to swipe that credit card right now. The swiper symbol shows up and tells him to swipe now, and he's going to do it in just 1 second. TextDrive has made self-cashiering a really simple task. Matt swipes that credit card in his swiper connected to his computer through a USB port. Then he can generate a receipt and actually print the receipt and hand it right to the customer. So not only does TextDrive generate the RO, which can be text or printed and given to the customer, but a receipt can be printed and given to the customer at the same time. There's a copy of the actual payment confirmation receipt. Think of the time and expense a dealer can save if its service advisors are able to self-cashier their customers. All customer billing questions and answers are taken care of by the advisor that took care of that customer, right at the time of payment for the service they just received. Once again, TextDrive's development team have created a new and extremely important feature. Regardless of the department or the purchase, using Speed Checkout's new online invoice payment, any payment can be made online. No more having customers fax their credit cards into the dealership and then requiring a dealership employee to enter that credit card information. I mean, really, that's so 1990s. So the cashier button is pressed, and after you press the cashier button, you're going to press Create Order. Now the employee is in cashier mode. Go to the button at the top that says Create Order and press it once, and a window appears which can be filled out. If the customer has a DMS ID in the system, if you enter that, it'll self-populate the rest of the fields. The order number will still have to be entered, as well as a description of what the order is for, the invoice is for, and the amount and the tax. The calculation of the amount and tax will be done for you within TextDrive, and when you're finished, press the button that says Create Order, and that invoice will now be text to that customer. Now you're going to see the customer receiving the request for payment on their cell phone. Oh yeah, go Cubs, by the way. Absolutely. The customer now receives both an email and a text alert. This customer is going to choose text as the method in which they're going to pay their bill online. The first thing a customer will receive is a text of their invoice. They can first review the invoice, make sure the amount sounds right. Then they return to the original text message, press the hyperlink, and after they do that, they're going to enter the PIN number that was sent to them at the time the request for payment was made. This customer is entering the PIN number, pressing Confirm PIN. Then the window appears that gives them the opportunity to choose to pay now, resend the invoice, or pay at the dealership. This customer is going to pay online. So first, the customer confirms their billing information and then enters their credit card information. Now, if a credit card is on file, they won't have to enter this. But in this case, this customer is going to enter their credit card information from the start. A window appears, and then the customer can confirm the payment. And when they're ready, they press the button that says Pay Now. The payment is processed through the dealer's merchant service provider, and then the customer is notified that their payment has been received. On the employee's dashboard screen, a notice appears when the payment is completed and been processed. This is a little more than a 2-minute process from beginning to end, all using text-to-drive speed checkout.